Hello, you lovely people. I am back tonight, so I thought I would stream. Just back at the computer. Welcome to the stream. Hello. Do that one, and I will put up that one. There we go. There we go. Right. Just doing a million jobs at the computer again, so why not stream? Say hi to all the beautiful, beautiful ant fans. I say ant fans, there's more than just ant fans turning up now. Amazing people either way. There we go. Oh, hang on. Moving. We're on the move. There it goes. Hey, Ants UK, you alright? I am back again. Strictly for why not sake, I'm at the desk and doing stuff at the desk. So, there's Beetle. I saw one of the baby vampire crabs today, the ones we were talking about. Yeah, that was cool. They've grown massively since I caught them on camera last, so that's interesting. I'll probably do a then and now shot at some point so you can see the growth. Beetle's taking that bit of exoskeleton. Yeah, they're doing really well from what I can tell. Obviously, like I say, they're growing, which means they're eating, they're molting. They must be coming out more than I've seen them. They seem to be doing well. Still haven't got much coloration on them. You can just about see they've got red claws, but they're still quite dark. They haven't got that massive headpiece like Mr. Krabs has. Oh, that beetle's gonna get bitten. Wait for it. Oh, yeah. The ants did not like that. He's off. There's an ant right in front of the camera. That's always helpful. There is one beetle in here with a massive dent on him. I noticed him a couple of weeks back, and he's still got a big dent. Seems alright though. I've seen him doing the dirty business, so there's nothing going wrong there. I will be disappearing at some point because it's actually ant feeding time soon. So yeah, I'm going to go feed the ants carbohydrates tonight. And then they'll probably get protein again later on in the week for some of the colonies, and then early next week for some of the other colonies. My feeding schedule is crazy because I've got ants in all sorts of different stages. Some of them only need feeding once a week. Some of them need it 4 times a week. It's it's all over the place. There's always something to be done when you've got 32 ant colonies. That's why it's so fun, I wouldn't recommend to most people to keep 32 ant colonies, though. It's not really sustainable for most people. Whereas I'm mad with my work ethic. I'll stay up if I have to, and I just get jobs done. But just ignore me. Don't have 32 ant colonies unless you can commit the time to them. Is my best thing to say right now, isn't it? Oh dear. So what's everyone been up to today since my last stream last night? Did anyone catch the late night one? I didn't do it for long, mainly because it got late and other things needed to be done. But yeah, it was good. Like I say, at night time it turns red and the activity just changes. It gets really interesting in there. So who've we got watching at the minute? Give me a little shout out, comment, say hi. Oh, you saw the late night one? Oh, that's okay. That's brilliant. Did you enjoy it? Did you see anything? I actually didn't watch it at all. I didn't sign in. What was the camera like in the dark? Because I haven't yet used the camera in the red light either. Like, was anything visible? Was it just crap? Yeah, let me know about that. In fact, I don't know how good your quality is right now. What I'm seeing on my screen is like brilliant quality, no lag, no nothing. But then when I've watched some of them back on like YouTube and stuff, there's been a lot of lag and it's a lot more blurry. I really need to get that broadband sorted out. But like I said in the past, it's all money in it. Oh, it was cool, brilliant. I'm waiting for the millipedes to come out again because they obviously come out mainly at night time. It looked good. That's brilliant. That's pretty much what I wanted to hear. I say it's hard to tell because what I see on the screen is obviously different to what everyone else is seeing. It broadcasts it a lot slower than what I see, I think. But yeah, I will get broadband. It will come, it will come. I've got to get a phone line installed and do the whole situation. But I'll get there. But bear in mind, right, about this time last year, I was basically saying, no, I'm not getting the internet installed in my house ever because I was against the kids having full use of the internet. But times have changed with COVID and I had to get the internet and, well, I got unlimited internet on my phone. And that's what actually started the YouTube because I could start uploading stuff onto YouTube to save the memory on my phone. If you watch like my first ever video, it's literally just like my Lasius Niger eating a spider or something silly in a test tube. And that's all it was just me filming them eat and watching it back like so many times. I thought, hang on, I'm going to have to put this somewhere. And I put it on YouTube because I needed memory. Oh, that's good to hear. Thank you, Lance UK. It's good to hear the stream's running well. What is happening? The ants are just about finished off those roaches from Sunday. There's like they're on the carcass, not carcass, the exoskeleton. There's nothing left but a shell, basically. That will be eaten by the isopods and the beetles because they love the shell. Some bits will end up in the pond, which will be eaten by the crabs. All of those need it to help them reproduce their shells themselves when they molt, so it's really handy, the cycling and whatnot. And then tomorrow, obviously, the dives will be fed more roaches. They've literally just finished those roaches. They're going to be fed more roaches or something else if I get into town anytime soon. But it is a lot of effort for me to go to town just to get some worms or something, Yeah, calcium. That's what I mean to say. They get calcium from the exoskeletons, which they need to reproduce the shells when they molt. They also get a couple of other things, but I'd be damned if I can tell you what it is. But there is quite a lot that they get from those shells, actually, nutrition-wise. They're obviously doing really well. The isopods, the beetles, everything does well in this tank. It's always surprised me how well this tank's actually done because it was my first large-scale build. I had done a few smaller ones. In fact, you can look back and see my first bioactive build, and it wasn't even that long ago. Less than a year, my first bioactive build. Obviously, I'd done smaller things like small terrariums and stuff, but nothing I had planned to put ants in. Well, this just, I just done it, Hey, David, you right? Have I had any? Right, so dried bugs, mixed reviews. From my knowledge, right, ants need the gooey bits to be able to eat it and process it properly. They process the goo. When it dries out, it's roughly when they stop eating it, But from what I've been told recently, dried mealworms work just fine. I can't remember who I spoke to actually, but someone was talking with me and they had been using dried mealworms and having quite a big success with it. But like I say, to my knowledge, dried mealworms don't really work because they need the moisture. They prefer gooey, sticky, gunky insides of a insect. You know what I mean? Instead of the dried powder. I mean, how What would it be like eating? It's like drying out a chicken breast. Would you want to eat dry chicken? I don't know. No, not really. Dry chicken sucks. You want nice, moist chicken. You know what I mean? It's that same sort of thing. You want the moisture to help it go down. Oh, hey, Mark. Thanks for signing in, buddy. Let's say I'm just doing another random stream tonight just because I'm sat at the desk. I thought, why not? I love talking to all of you who sign in. It's really been amazing this week, actually. We've done streams pretty much every night. And obviously, we're doing the picnic table tomorrow, and that is a open mic night. So tomorrow, if you want to join me chatting, just say so in the chat, and one of my admins will send you the link somehow, somewhere, or I will send you the link. And then you can just jump straight in and we can have a little chat and everyone can hear you chatting, and we'll see how many people come in. Last time we did an open mic, we had like 4 of us chatting at one point. It was great fun, actually, great fun. Do all ant species eat other insects? Yes, basically. Well, it's an ant, so they need protein, they need carbs. All ants need protein and carbs. Yeah, leaf cutters don't actually. Thank you for pointing that one out. There I am, I'm wrong. But pretty much, apart from leaf cutters, pretty much, basically, like I say, ants need protein and carbs. Apart from leaf cutters, I need to look into leaf cutters more, because what are they getting? They're getting carbs, aren't they? Because there's only carbohydrates in leaf. I wonder where they get their protein. That's an odd one. Maybe now protein grows from fungus, isn't it? Now think about that further. Like mushrooms and funguses are protein based, so they make their own protein source. That's really interesting, actually. That's really cool. But yeah, so pretty much all ants will need a source of protein and a source of carbohydrates. Harvesters do get protein from seeds, yes, but there's very, very, very little protein in seeds. They're actually for the carbs. You get carbohydrates from your seeds, and it's like having a supplement. You're not quite getting enough. If you put a gooey bug in, can pretty much guarantee that your harvesters will devour it as well. They do like their sticky gooiness, bugs, whatever. Yeah, I just need to say they like their pre-killed insects, or they like to eat whatever. They do chase down fruit flies as well. Speaking of that, harvesters do. So they're not strictly seeds, but yes, they prefer seeds, and they'll definitely go for seeds over like sugar water. Harvesters will, but they'll still need that source of protein, in my opinion. You can get away with just seeds, and you might find some species or some colonies will only go for the seeds. But in my knowledge, my opinion, from what I understand, it's still a great idea to offer a source of protein to harvesters as well. It just could give them a little bit of boost, isn't it? Protein builds muscles. That's what it's all about. Talking from the gym point of view there. Sorry, our gym moment. I like the way you ask a simple question and you get a hell of a rant from me. Yeah, there you go. Pogos love flies. I mean, I haven't got any pogos. I've just got Mesobarbarus for my harvesters, and they love pre-killed dubia roaches. They devour waxworms. Yeah, it's brilliant. Answer a lot. In your liquid feeders, do you use ant nectar and water mixed together? Believe it or not, I don't even bother mixing it with water. You can dilute it, I think, up to 3 or 4 like parts, if you know what I mean. So 1 part to 4 parts water. I think it can go that weak, but I just don't see the point. Like, if you have diluted sugar and sugar, what the ant's going to go for? They're going to go for the sugar. So I just give them pure sugar. I haven't had any problems with it yet. I think it can basically go off a little bit faster, but the way it gets devoured, like in these ones. I think, when did I top these ones up? A couple of days ago. It's not been an issue. They've never had any massive die-offs from it. I've never had an issue from it. And then the other colonies, I basically judge the amount of it that I give to them on the colony size, and only if they're using a tower. A lot of my colonies are still using cotton wool, just dipped in the carbs or the sugar stuff, and that would do for them. But yeah, I very rarely will dilute it with water. To be honest, I just don't see a point. Like I say, that's like, it's the same as my metaphor on eating low-fat mayo. It's cost the same price as normal mayo. Why would I want them to take something out of it? Crazy. If a man fell, I like that. I'm going to put it on. If a man fell unconscious atop an ant nest, is there a species that could sting him to death? Loads, absolutely loads of them could. Quite often, actually, if you're allergic, just 2 or 3 stings could kill you. But even if you're not allergic, the toxin from bullet ants can kill. Solenopsis can kill. Even Asian bullet ants can kill. I think Formica. It wouldn't surprise me if Polyrhacus and whatnot. I mean, I wouldn't want to fall into a massive nest of my Polyrhacus. You imagine like 100,000 of them running all over. Yeah. I mean, yeah, if you passed out in a nest of Polyrhacus, they'll probably eat half of you before you wake up. Most ants probably would, yeah. That's an interesting question. Interesting question. But like I said, I expect there's a huge majority of ants that could kill if you fell onto a large enough nest. It's like anything, really. Quite a lot of ants out tonight, isn't there? I don't know what they're really doing. Hang on. Are they building? If there's lots of activity, they're generally doing something. They might well be starting a build project again. But you can see, yeah, we zoom in. There's a lot of activity happening at the moment. And we'll go up to there. There's a bit of activity on the surface of the nest. Oh, you can see them picking up moss. Yeah, they're going to start building again soon. So in the last day or so, they built a whole nother layer on top of the nest. I'm going to have to cut it back before I do any more filming, probably before the next stream, actually, just cut back some of these leaves. They built a whole nother layer on top of the nest. It's growing up massive. Like it's the back, where they've nested against the glass at the back wall, has almost come level with these sticks at the front now. So that's like about 3 to 4 inches of space that they've built layer upon layer upon layer of the nest, and it's just building up massive, like I say. And that was all a new construction less than a month ago as well. After filling in the gap behind the ball, it's just been an explosion lately, absolutely mad explosion. If I don't have like 100,000 or so by the next year, I would be very surprised. There is mimicking spider ant things. There's also wasps and stuff. The velvet ant is a flightless wasp. If I can, I'm trying to say that, but with no teeth, that's really hard to say. Flightless wasps. A wasp, yeah. And then there is spiders which look like ants as well. I can't remember what they're called, to be honest, not off the top of my head. But there's 2 or 3 different species that I know of that do it. There's quite a few things which mimic ants and quite a few which mimic spiders as well. Just a little warning to anyone that didn't hear earlier. I'm just doing a few things at the desk, and then I'm going to disappear for a little bit whilst I feed my ants carbohydrates, or the smaller colonies tonight. Well, medium-sized colonies, not the really small ones. They're not getting anything tonight. The medium-sized small colonies. And then I'll be back after that. Thank you, All Ants UK. I'm going to put the name of that on the screen because I cannot say that. My market. No, I give up. That's my bad reading, lack of teeth, and being from Dorset. I can't say that word. Bear in mind, a few years ago, I couldn't even say millennium. Millennium. There you go, got it that time. God. Would I consider popping some jumping spiders in one of my setups? Yes. Not in this one. And I probably wouldn't mix them with anything. But I'm trying to convince my wife, right? She does not like spiders. I don't know why. I mean, they're just cute, cuddly little, and she doesn't like snakes. And I don't know why. I'm trying to convince her to let me have both. Before I met my wife, I was just about to buy a Goliath birdie and tarantula, and then she moved in and put a stop to that. But yeah, I would love to get some jumping spiders. They're really small and cute and cuddly, and they look like tiny little spider teddy bears. But she does not like spiders. I mean, she's all right with most things I keep. She doesn't really like the scorpion, but that's fair enough. It's a scorpion. But yeah, it's a whole nother battle trying to convince her to have spiders. And the main issue is if they get out and there's spiders crawling about, then that's probably going to be the end of me doing anything. It should be like, right, no, it's all gone. Get it out of the house, or I will. She's a good mum. As you can tell, that's all like mum skills, isn't it? I'll go in there with a black bag. There you go. That's like another mum skill. If you can do that, you're a good mum. Oh, right. So a miracle happened tonight. I managed, my eldest daughter loves her iPad, right? I managed to get her off her iPad and off of the random stuff on YouTube. And she is watching episode 1 of Star Wars. That's a win. That is an absolute win. I'm hoping she gets like really into Star Wars, and then we can like spend her entire teenage years watching Star Wars and sitting at home, and she doesn't want to go out and party. That'd be spot on. I have put out like a little call to musicians. So if anyone on here is a musician, if you've got any music that you'd like me to put on the background of some of these streams, send me the music and I'll put your details and whatnot in the description. And if you've got like an upcoming album or something, I'll do a little mention for you. Just send me your music files that you like yourself and you're happy for me to use. If it has vocals, I'll use it. If it hasn't got vocals, it's even better. But yeah, send me music that you do. What do my daughters think about the ants and the other animals? Well, Amy, as we know, loves them all. She absolutely goes nuts for all the different insects and stuff, and snakes. Yeah, where Kayla's not too bothered. She doesn't really have an interest in it, doesn't want to go too close though. And then the little one, she would quite happily eat a spider without really a care, but that's because she doesn't care. But she would watch the tank. She likes watching the pond and whatnot. Would the wife accept death feigning beetles? I don't know. Let's ask the wife. Wife, come here.
What are they?
Hang on, you've got the microphone.
What are they?
Right. If you can't hear her because she's miles away from the microphone, death feigning beetles. Let's have a little look. I know what they are. They're really cool. If you you pick them up and stuff, and they just fall over and play dead.
Am I gonna say no?
That's what we're finding out.
Yeah, but you know me.
You'll be alright. Look, they're pretty as well. Look.
What do they do though?
That is a good point. Not a lot. The beetles, they kind of do.
I'm guessing they do
things.
something.
Look, they roll over and play dead. That's what they do.
Is that it?
Pretty much. Hang on. So for anyone that doesn't know, putting it on the screen now. Death feigning beetles. I say they're cool, they're cute, they roll over and play dead. I saw someone recently got like 5 or 6 and they put them into a tank and everyone was like, oh no, your beetles are dead. Yeah, no, they're just playing dead. That's what they do. But yeah, I'd get them.
Yeah, they seem fine.
Yeah, the wife says they're fine. If I can find a supplier and I have need for them, then I'd get them. But at the moment, the multi-species tank is completely full.
I think the dives would have them.
Wife thinks the dives would have them. She's probably right. See the link.
I think when they play dead, the dives would go.
I don't know if the links come up. Oh, I don't know. If you've got a link, send it to me on Discord or whatever, and I'll have a look. The spider shop. Yeah, I'll have a look at the spider shop. I have heard of them. Obviously, I haven't looked much at the spider shop because the wife, as we were saying just 10 minutes ago, yeah, she is in the room right now, so we're making eye contact over this conversation. Everyone try and convince my wife to let me have a spider. You'd have to wait and see if they get up again. They don't lie down for long, like 10 minutes or something, and then they just get up and sprint off again. In fact, the Murano Plus Bicolor used to do exactly the same things. They play dead, and we were like, oh no, the dive's got, oh no, they're fine, and they just wander off. I'm just going to mute the microphone for a couple of minutes because I'm going to put the cat on. back. She didn't really. She likes the fact that they're pink webs, but no, not really. She doesn't like spiders. I will convince her. Don't worry, we'll get spiders. It's gonna happen.
I only like the pink because it's rare.
She likes it's pink because it's red, not because it's pink. She's not a girly girl sort of pink person.
I appreciate its like uniqueness, or not, as you say.
I'm gonna stop copying everything she says for you in a minute because she needs to learn to use the microphone.
I'm not going to use the microphone. I don't care. You don't have to copy anything I say. What copy anything I say?
That's all they can hear is meh, 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 meh.
That's what you hear.
That's all I hear, yeah.
So stop copying everything I say.
Yeah, that's fine.
Talk to your people, not me.
I am talking. You talk. No, stop talking. I'm streaming. Stop talking.
You're about to say you're on the phone.
Yeah, I'm on the phone. Leave me alone.
Oh, we'll bring you in your drink.
No, you bring me my drink.
Oh, you won't be left alone.
Damn it.
That's what you're shaking your head at.
I will be disappearing in a minute. Don't forget to feed everyone carbs. Do you have any praying mantis? I am going to get a praying mantis, or a few actually. That's something I've been looking into recently. I've got a very good friend of mine who runs a mantis shop. So he's going to sort me out with that. But it's something I'm going to wait a little bit longer because it's going to be a predator that I'm going to add into the tank to basically keep numbers a little bit lower. Hoping that the mantis survives the onslaught of ants and everything, but I'm sure it will definitely make a meal of isopods, possibly beetles, and just about everything else until the point it gets overcome itself. But yeah, I am definitely thinking of praying mantis. They're awesome. I might put one in while the I've got a spare tank which I was getting ready for stick insects, but I didn't need it in the end, so I might use that as well and just have a mantis enclosure because that would be cool. I'd like to add lots and lots of different things to the channel. Really, I'd like to have like a whole zoo, but it's all space and wife dependent and money, obviously. Everything costs money, and that's the issue. Not just money to buy, it's to house it and feed it and everything like that. So, you know, can only go so far with the money I've got. But I'm hoping, beyond hope, actually, someone will support the Patreon. Basically, my Patreon perks are getting better. There's a lot more like sneak peeks coming on Patreon. You get access to different channels on my Discord as well, where you get to be involved in the video making process a bit more, more regular votes on what goes into content and things like that. So I use them as like my resource to guide me. So there's lots of really cool perks with Patreon already, and I'm putting more in. We're going to have merchandise soon, so Patrons will get free merchandise as well. And hopefully we'll just start to build a bit of a support network for the channel. Like I say, I want to improve the stream by getting broadband and things like that. That's number one. And then obviously improving the content is after improving quality, because I think we've got to a point now where the content's quite good, but the quality is lacking, both in production and technology, we could say. I need to work harder actually editing my videos, make them a bit more watch friendly, and I just so we've got to that point where the quality needs to improve. So broadband's going to massively improve the quality of my interviews and streams, and it's just it's hopefully going to get bigger with that bit of extra support. I've heard various even kept them. Yeah, camel spiders, they're cool. I've seen them before as well. Let's say I don't know a massive deal about spiders yet, mainly because I knew the wife won't let me have them. So it's not something I've researched massively. I follow some spider guys on YouTube and Facebook and things like that, but it's not something I generally research, not like ants where I actually read books and internet pages and everything else I can find, you know. Camel spiders aren't spiders. Okay. No venom, no silk. Oh, that's interesting. So they're just like imitation spiders. They just look like them or something. I don't know. Let's say I need to look into that, do a bit more research. There's so much I need to research. But you're never going to know it all. In theory. I will know it all one day.
What matters is the colony. He's willing to live for the colony, to fight for the colony, to die for the colony.
This guy's crazy.
I hear you.
At 0800 hours, we receive word that the termite enemy has mobilized. We have no choice but to launch a preemptive strike. You are
I thought,
the
why
Queen's
not?
finest.
We
I
love
know you
ants.
will all do your
And I
duty.
love this bit.
I am proud to send you into battle.
Into. I'm sorry, into battle?
Dismissed.
Forward! Push!
Oh, yeah, I think there's been a terrible mistake. The truth is, I just came for the speech.
Don't worry, kid. I'll watch out for you.
Sound off. 1, 2. Sound off.
3!
Huh?
Sound off.
4!
You imagine if ants actually did it like this? That'd be so cool, wouldn't it? Like watch them going out to war in like little platoons, whatever. That'd be well cool. So I do, yeah. I just thought, why not watch this? I'll just, yeah, enjoy.
We ants go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. We slaughter termites just for fun, hurrah, hurrah.
So these termites, these guys are not going to put up much of a fight, right? I mean, we're talking about pushovers, right?
Not really, kid. They're 5 times our size, and they shoot acid from their foreheads.
Hey, keep it moving, shorty.
Go marching 2 by 2, hurrah, hurrah. We'll all be dead before we're through, hurrah, hurrah.
Say, what does our platoon do? I mean, are we going to be serving beverages or processing
Our
paperwork?
platoon has the best assignment of all. We're the first into battle.
Ants go marching 3 by 3, hurrah, 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 hurrah. We're off to face our destiny, hurrah, hurrah.
Hey, wait a minute. Let's not we're being too hasty here. These guys that sound like bruisers. Just how are you figuring on beating them?
Superior numbers, kid. Overwhelm their defenses and kill their queen.
Hey, fellas, you're being a little extreme, I feel. Why don't we just try and influence their political process with campaign contributions?
I like you, kid. You got a sense of humor. Come on, let's kick some termite butt. Over the
I don't know if I muted my microphone for that last bit, so I'm going to say it again. Just so everyone knows, I do not own this footage. It is from the film Ants. It is the scene War on Termites. Don't sue me. It's not mine. There you go.
Where is everyone?
Something's not right.
Don't be scared, kid.
Barbados, you saved my life.
I don't get all sappy about it.
Hey guys, look out behind you. Hey guys, can somebody help me here? Can anybody?
brilliant. Brilliant to watch that. Right, it's gone quiet. So I'm sorry if you are still here in chat, but I am going to go and feed my ad some carbohydrates. I might be back in a little bit. I might not. But I'll leave the stream running for now. And as always from me, I'll see you again soon, Ant fans.